episode 454 of Global from Asia. AI agents taking over the world. How can you as a business person be on the right side of history? Let's tune in.
Welcome to the Global from Asia podcast, where the daunting process of running an international business is broken down into straight up actionable advice. And now, your host, Michael Michelini.
Thank you so much for listening to or maybe watching our Global from Asia podcast, and try to keep it real, keep you up to date. Got some more gems today. Richard Patey, a friend, an AI digital marketing, internet business expert, has been through all kinds of different businesses over the years. He's totally doubling down on AI, learning it, making programs, making automations, talking to experts all around the world. I mean, we have a really deep discussion. It's about an hour discussion, longer than we had both expected, but we just went down the rabbit hole. I started sharing some of the things I've been testing and doing. He's sharing amazing things. He's got great stuff he's working on. So it's at globalfromasia.com/AI-agents for the show notes and links. You can check it out. It's the first time that Richard's on the show, which is kind of shocking to me, but better now, and it's a great one. I hope you learn a lot. I got inspiration. This is really a mix of both deep thinking and practical things you can do now. So let's tune in. Do you enjoy the podcast Global from Asia? Do you enjoy all the community events that we do? The best way to support is coming out to our annual cross-border summit.com in Chiang Mai this November 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 2025. I have amazing speakers, amazing people getting together. We're pushing the limits. We're making things happen. This is where the movers and shakers and the deal makers come. It's a limited supply of attendees and tickets, and we have been selling out every year. So I recommend checking it out earlier, crossbordersummit.com. All right, thanks everybody for tuning into a Global from Asia podcast. I think first time on a show. Is it true, Richard? I can't believe Richard Patey, a friend, an investor, always up on the newest technology and digital business and marketing. Of course, AI now. So thanks for making it on the show today.
Great to be here. It is true. It's my first time. Yes.
Amazing. Yeah, this show is 11 years, 2013.
Wow, so that's crazy. We've been in the same space, location independence, before it was easy for everyone to do during the pandemic.
True.
We were doing it first, and that made us feel a lot less special. But everyone now going back to their offices, so I guess remote is more of a niche, becoming more of a niche thing again, possibly.
Maybe AI will let everybody work anywhere.
Well, I think AI
or they'll lose their job. I don't know.
I think it's going to make everyone remote in terms of not required.
Or is it going to be people out on the streets burning garbage cans? Like you know what I think of, like that Demolition Man movies or the Running Man. You ever seen that old classic with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen that for a long time.
I haven't seen that for a long time, but they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel anyway.
I'm gonna have that. I can't remember how that one goes. I've definitely watched it. Yeah, and I enjoyed it.
I think I haven't watched it, but I always remember the early scene where everybody's no jobs, right? They're like burning garbage. There's garbage cans on fire. They're like, I don't know, they're even cooking on it, or they're like, they have nothing, but they just watch this game, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger is like a contestant.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I remember enjoying it. Yeah.
It was a good one. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's some universal basic income and wealth just redistribution. I mean, yeah. Well, I see a pretty dystopian future. I see an abundant future with AI doing all of the manual, menial stuff that we all had to do previously. But I see very few opportunities for the majority of people to make any meaningful money in terms of what people have been doing in employment so far. So like for me, I think there's like a couple of year window for service providers. Like I'm a marketer. I've done marketing services for 10 plus years, SEO for clients, all this kind of stuff. I've also built and sold a number of my own businesses, but the bulk of what I've been doing has been doing services, marketing services for other people, like in terms of productized services. We can talk about that kind of stuff, what I've done, what I'm currently doing in the newsletter space. But I think there's like, the rise of AI and the power in terms of what it can achieve, the automation, the workflows is exponential. So people are thinking that this kind of dystopian or this kind of like crisis future is 5-10 years away. I think it's within the next kind of 2 to 3 years that we're going to see very dramatic changes. And I think most service-based businesses, most agencies are no longer going to be required. I think there's like a 2-year window where we have an opportunity to set up these agentic workflows and get AI agents doing everything for businesses before they're able to just do it themselves really easily. And you're not going to need SEO experts and paid ad management experts and social media people replying, and everything's just going to be run by agents and it's going to be done better. So we've got a couple of year window. And then what does that leave? I think that leaves just real world products. That leaves e-commerce, which is obviously the bulk of your experience. And I've got some background in that. And I'm looking at that again. I'm looking to move into real products. Or there's local businesses. There's the plumbers. There's all the kind of local services, roofing, emergency boiler repairs, all this kind of stuff. I think that's pretty much all that's going to be left. And the people that are going to win are the people that are ahead early in the race of setting up their AI agents, getting the agentic workflows running, radically increasing their margins and their profitability. Otherwise, I think everyone's just going to get crushed. And in terms of jobs, I mean, in terms of marketing, at least, like every specialism is just not going to be required. The robots can do everything better. They can do keyword research better. They can write articles better than humans, which is why we have to use like AI humanizing software to make the copy worse, to make it more dumb, so that it doesn't get detected by AI detectors. Everything that I have done to date as a marketer, including like sales funnel building, like I was really into that back in 2016. I was doing it. I had my own funnels. I was building it for clients. AI can do all of that better. It can do the landing page copy. I was paying for top quality copywriters to do the copy. Now ChatGPT does it better, or just as well, probably better. All of these previous skills, all of these specialisms, it does it better. So where does that leave us? We have to be the business owner. We have to be the ones owning the assets. We have to implement this, and we have to make sure that we're not just displaced. So,
Right.
but yeah, like this is like, I think this is the biggest transformation in our lifetimes in humanity. I mean, there's going to, the LLMs, these agents are just going to perform everything better than we could. And we need to be the architects. We need to be the ones. We need to be the ones overseeing and owning this. But yeah, like this is the biggest opportunity right now, getting ahead in terms of businesses that we have. Otherwise, I just think it's going to be very hard to make money going forward if we're not using these agents. Even in e-commerce, I mean, you need to be using these new tools to manage the ads, and everything's getting so much better. I mean, we can go through some of these tools, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's one I was looking at recently. It's called metric.tech. You just, on the Shopify store, you just pick a product you want to have an ad, like a meta ad done for you. It just does it all for you. It does the copy, it does the A/B testing, it does the optimization with one click. I mean, you don't do anything. You watch your ads performance on your mobile phone. So every specialism that we had is going to be done better by these agents. So what does that leave? It leaves like product creation, selection, curation, operations, and just branding. It just comes down to branding now, and community, and everything else that I've been doing, SEO, all this kind of stuff. It's not going to be like an in-demand skill set. So that's my take. Like, very exciting space, very complicated space to get your head around. And I've just been like full-time focused on this for a few months, because it's just this is the future of business. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been going through your course program, the AI Agents Digital Asset Pros. We'll link it in the show notes, and we can talk about it maybe later. And at the end, we can kind of give a little bit more of a full blur. But I've been going through it and getting I saw the eco review there, and like you said, some you mentioned, and it's not that I want to share, but I forgot the name. But one was like they had different names of the agents, and they had like you had like your own e-commerce team, and then had like a human name for them in your e-commerce section. And one's like your PPC specialist, one's like your copywriting specialist, one's your and you almost talk to those people.
Yes, exactly. You'll have specialized agents for every aspect, and then they'll be communicating with themselves and completing tasks. So yeah, one will be doing for e-commerce. Well, for a marketing agency, one would be doing the lead generation and then the client onboarding. One would be doing landing page copy, ad setup, and you just build these agentic workflows with specialized agents completing their tasks, moving it forward to the next one. Yeah, so every business model, e-commerce, services, websites, the whole SEO space, I find really interesting. I don't think no one's kind of cracked the SEO space yet. There's way too many moving parts. I'm trying to figure out a way to do that, and we can talk about that. Ads management, that's done now. There's a number of solutions on the market. Like applications, on-site messaging for e-commerce, talking to customers. Customers can now talk through voice agents, ask what they're looking for. They can be shown the right products. Voice is a really good example of AI agents. You're better converting traffic, and if you're a service business, they can book phone calls and quote for you if you're a local service business. Yeah, every aspect is going to be agentic, and then it's a case of just stacking these all together the best way that you can for a competitive edge. Yeah.
Okay. I'm afraid to show like a tool I don't know because there's so many coming out. So I don't want to I'm like paranoid to even say it on the show, but I'm looking through. I have like my own private doc that I've been keeping. There's should I share the links? I mean, I don't want to like endorse something I haven't studied enough, but there was an SEO one
Sure.
that I heard and I
Yeah.
haven't yet used SEObotai.com.
Yeah, exactly. I featured that in the SEO section.
Maybe
That
I
was actually
saw
built-
that in yours. Yeah,
Yeah, that was actually built a couple of years ago. A guy called John, and it's great. Yeah, it analyzes your keywords. It comes up with new keywords to target, creates the blog post, publishes it on WordPress, and that's great. And that does a lot of the work for that. But there's no solution where you would just tell it the theme of the website, and it will just create the content, look how it performs in Google Search Console, consolidate content, remove it, combine content where it makes sense. There's no tool that does every aspect of it so far, and there's no process right now that's still better than a human in terms of SEO, in terms of ranking. So human writers have a much higher cost, and you have to manage that. And I never enjoyed that aspect, which is why I lent really heavily into AI creation, where I'm really quite early so content at scale, AI, which is now called Brandwell, a guy called Justin McGill, who I've known for a long time. He was one of the first solutions that came out like after Jasper. His was the first long form SEO AI solution. It's now called Brandwell.ai. And so, yeah, I was really drawn to that because it's very frustrating having to deal with a large number of writers and vet the writers and manage their work. But in terms of quality and being able to rank immediately, like an expert written piece of content by a human will still perform better because it's not picked up by the AI detectors. And so no one solved this whole workflow yet. And it's something that I'm looking at trying to piece together. And so the humanization aspect hasn't been solved yet. So like Surfer SEO creates AI content based on what's ranking. All these tools are very similar. They look at what's in the top 10 pages in Google, and then they come up with the top H2s and H3s in terms of a content outline, and then it gets pushed to ChatGPT to create the content, and it comes out perfectly SEO optimized. But it also gets flagged as 100% AI because it's written by AI. And so that's potentially very likely not going to rank well unless you have a super high authoritative domain, and then Google doesn't care and you can rank for anything, which is like a parasite SEO play. So all of these like LLMs, you can just like post on Reddit, post on high domain rating sites, and they'll rank absolutely fine. But if you have your own blog with a normal kind of domain rating in the 40s or 50s or 60s, or you've built a really strong link profile, you're going to struggle just by publishing AI content for it to rank. So the part that's missing is like humanizing it, and there are AI humanizers, and I tested all of those a week ago versus all of the AI detectors. And Surfer SEO's humanizer was the best one on the market in terms of passing AI detection, and also in terms of it was still the readability was still okay. Because a lot of these tools they're basically kind of like SEO spinners from back in the day. It just ends up reading like garbage. And these are tools that are SaaS tools that are charging 20, 30, $50 a month, and the output is trash. So like no one has solved this yet. But 6 months from now, it will be very different. A year from now, this will be completely done. And SEO will just be completely automated. But I'm not very bullish on Google SEO traffic anyway.
I know.
A channel. So, but yeah, so SEO is a much more of a complex one, but that will be solved. And every other aspect that we do as human marketers can be figured out and done better with our robot friends. So
yeah, I'll share a couple of I wasn't even planning to share, but so one strategy I'm doing is I've been buying small sites that have traffic, very small sites, and they don't have a YouTube channel. And I've been making AI videos replicas of me. And then I actually, maybe I could even take it out. I didn't plan to, but for fun. It's in my student. This is like so this, oh, the sticker fell off. But see, it's like a doctor suit.
It does look like that. Yeah, yeah.
So I had this bought in here in Thailand, and I bought a badge, and I put the badge of the site. It fell off. It fell off. But I did that to make an AI version of me as like a doctor for this doctor site. And
yeah,
and it ranks well in Google. So, but there's no YouTube channel. So we're making YouTube videos out of the top blogs. And it was like a New Year's. I'm a workaholic like you, and I worked on Christmas, so I was looking at these sites, and I picked up a couple as test, and the YouTube views are picking up, and I'm cross-linking them. So I'm trying to build up a YouTube channel of my AI version of me with this doctor suit, and I go through and I'll use it looks human written. I mean, maybe it's AI, but the guy's been doing it for quite a few years. So I don't know. Again, this is early stage. I experiment. So I have my team just making AI videos of me with the shirts, so it looks like branded, and then runs through it. Because I don't know. I feel like video might be good, right? Like, I mean, of course you can AI video. I mean, there's AI videos, but I mean, it's me. I know I'm AI, and I say it's me. But I don't know. That's just one thing I've been.
Yeah. So where are they? So how are you using them? Where are they performing? You're saying they're performing in Google.
It ranks well in Google, and it gets AdSense. It gets the AdSense income. That's okay already. We've already improved the site because the person never really even maintained it. So my team's already improving the ranking. But the real reason I'm trying to arbitrage is YouTube video. So
you're embedding the YouTube video on the blog post, and the blog post is doing better. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so I made a new YouTube channel for this site, like literally like a couple weeks ago, and we're making the videos, and then we're just embedding on the website, and then linking back to the website from the YouTube video.
Yeah. So what's having the biggest impact? The linking from YouTube.
So the views have my channel is, I'm not really good at YouTube normally, but the views are just like going up because they're coming from the Google SEO, and people are watching the video on. Because actually, I did this even on Global from Asia blog. I took my top text blogs, and I can even, if you even look at my YouTube channel, I had various different Tina girls before AI. This is 2016, 17. I was doing a lot of video, and they're like my top videos because it's from the Google search, and they watched the video embedded in the text, and it kind of boosted up my ranking between the two.
On your personal Mike's blog YouTube channel?
On Global from Asia.
Oh, okay. Let me have a look.
But man, I feel like I'm a little bit off topic, but what I feel like is video seems like the bigger opportunity than text is, I guess, my thought, because more people have been moving to video form over text form, and it's more personal, and I'm not doing a faceless one, but
you're going to have to link up to you and your doctor, so I'm interested.
Okay, it's Clean Crisp Air.
Oh yeah.
.com, but it's only a couple blogs.
I think you just got to be I can see it. I can see. That's funny.
Oh, you see it, huh? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I found your video. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's me with the doctor suit. That's all AI. Yeah. That's me, but I just did a green screen with it for my video editor.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, you just got to get traffic wherever you can. You just got to be everywhere, and the AI tools can repurpose and put you everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just can't be reliant on any one aspect. You certainly, the days of relying on Google traffic were several years ago. And I thought I spent a good 3 to 5 years in the website investing space, building and selling content sites, and working with investors that were buying them, and I was helping to operate them. And that's all just gone now. Like that asset class is just basically gone.
Crazy.
Like why would you buy a website with SEO content for 3 times annual income in an AI world that's exponential? Like we can't imagine what the business space and the impact of AI is going to look like in 3 years' time. I mean, I can't kind of guarantee Google rankings past next month. So I mean that whole space is basically disappeared because of AI.
My counter to that, which I agree generally, but like I said, I picked up a couple, and I picked them up for the brand value, because I still believe, like you said, I know product brand, and I'm mostly e-commerce, but even digital, I believe there's value in the brand, like domain names. I mean, I think domain names are doing well, right? Like I know it's not a content site but domains must be going exponent. I don't know. I don't follow domains so closely. We're in Handshake. I like Handshake. Web3, which is not as hot lately, but I think has a future. But traditional Web2, domains are definitely picking.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, like brandable domains are more valuable than ever. Yeah, absolutely. So like buying it for the domain, buying it for the brand is what you want to be doing. Yeah. So yeah, and also kind of buying it for the link profile as well, which gives you an ability to rank a lot better. So these are like age domains that have link authority. They get dropped when people forget to renew them. You can buy them on GoDaddy. So you can buy an existing website that has hundreds of really good links, and the value of those has been going up over time. And there's a marketplace called Odys, ODYS, Odys.global. They used to do that. They used to buy them at auction themselves and have their inventory on the site. And now it's a true marketplace where people are listing their own domains. And
really?
Yeah, the value of those has definitely gone up. That's where the value is now. It's not. And in fact, like I've been looking at this very recently. I was looking to acquire a previous content site about funnels that I sold back in 2017, and which has a pretty fairly strong domain rating, DR in the 50, and its traffic had dwindled down to a very small amount, like 50 visits a month from search. And so I was thinking, like, do I buy this and try and get it ranking again, build it back up, and then sell based on its future, on its traffic value? But the actual like incremental difference in going from like 50 searches a month showing an Ahrefs to like 500 or 1,000 was basically, it didn't change the value of it at all.
Wow.
So like every kind of visit per month that you can add is basically just like $1. So you get it to like $1,000 a month showing an Ahrefs. Maybe you get an extra $1,000 on the value of the domain. The value is in like the brand, the typically being on a .com and the backlink profile, but traffic is just not valued anymore. So yeah, I agree with you. Like the whole starter website space, where you're buying a website that's already had a lot of history in Google and is indexed and has some links and has a good name and has social profiles, like that's more valuable than ever, because that's the only thing that's left. Because we're able to create infinite content now, and because search traffic, I think in the future is going to be from Google, it's going to be less and less of it and less important, because my behavior has completely changed. Whenever I have a question, I go to ChatGPT or Perplexity now. I very rarely go onto Google. So yeah, I think the value in organic traffic has massively dropped and will continue to drop. But if you can rank for big keywords and convert that traffic, you can still make a lot of money. But as a channel or as an asset class, which was based on organic traffic, that's really gone away. Like I know a lot of people who have lost a lot of their asset value, are pivoting. And I just don't see much buyer interest in that space anymore. Whereas e-commerce has now got a lot more interesting because it's not reliant on SEO. It's a real product business. And so, yeah, you just need to be diversified. You need to be running paid acquisition, which is reliable and scalable. And so, yeah, that whole space is very different. And then also newsletters. Newsletter is a space that I know very well. I had a big successful Substack newsletter back in 2020 and then transitioned to Beehive in like 2022. And that kind of 3-year period from 2020 to 2023 during the pandemic and when the newsletter business space was very new, it was very hot. I was able to charge like very high CPMs I was able to. I was in like the business and investing space. I was talking about website investing. I was able to charge like $200 CPM. So like for every 1,000, well, a CPM today is like it should be 1,000 opens. Back then, no one knew what CPM really was. So I think I was probably charging like $200 for every 1,000 subscribers. But anyway, like $200 CPMs, and then CPMs today are now like $2. So like that whole space has completely changed. What used to be a business for myself and for other people has kind of gone away as well. So these asset classes, they come and they fall.
Yeah.
You just have to move and pivot, and just use them as marketing channels for like a real business that has a brand. The only thing left that we have as humans and in business is a brand and a story. So that's the only thing that AI can't replicate. So that's where we need to be. Yeah.
What do you think? Actually, when I first heard about even playing with ChatGPT, was that 2022 or 2023? I can't even remember anymore. But when that came out, it was towards the end of that year. I feel like I frantically wanted to get businesses that existed before this existed, meaning I could say
Yes.
my business was pre-AI. Like it's almost like because you could say this was like I even said, I bought a small site. I feel like it's not AI content because it's older. So
I no, absolutely, I agree with it. Yeah, yeah. The pre the AI content is sites are a lot more valuable. Yeah,
yeah, interesting.
Google will trust them way more. I would think yes.
And
Um,
I have a feeling a lot of people might not even know this, but what I got super excited about, we've been chatting, is these, I don't know what the term is. Is it called a operator, a browser agent? Like what these are where they actually can you give them a browser to actually do the thing. Because I think a lot of
yes.
people may be watching and today might think it's just like I chat to ChatGPT where I send it something, it sends me something back. But now there's ones that you can give instructions to and it does it. And you
Yep.
can even have it on a semi-repeat automated 24/7 workflow.
Yeah, yeah. You can have a watching a screen, watching a video, recording what happens in it. Yeah, this is all relatively new with ChatGPT Operator coming out last month, in January 2025, and then a bunch of alternatives. And it's coming to like the pro plan on ChatGPT, the $20 a month one, like relatively soon. So I'm waiting on that. Otherwise, it's $200 a month at the moment. But you
Yeah.
can play with free versions. Like Open Operator has a free version, and so yeah, you tell it to you give it a task, and it goes to the web page, and it finds what actions it needs to take and clicks through and does what you need it to do. There are examples of people telling it to go to like Facebook Marketplace, find listings that meet this criteria, and message the seller making an offer. It can message people. It can perform automations. I want to tie it into the newsletter, the Done For You newsletter business that I have, which is called Letter Operators. We figured out like the whole sourcing stories, how to do that, how to get them into a custom GPT. So we create custom GPTs for every customer in terms of what their niche is and what type of stories they're interested in, and what is working. And we have a tone of voice for their brand. And so like the LLMs are perfect at this. And then we give it the sources. The AI picks the most relevant stories and summarizes it and outputs it as a perfect newsletter. We've been doing this and refining this for over a year. But that kind of stuff is relatively straightforward. The next step is we have a $500 a month service. I want the next step. Our next step is to copy and paste that into Beehive. We operate this exclusively on Beehive, and I want that step automated. So I want the entire thing automated, and I want it to automate, to run once a week for every customer. Outputs the newsletter, copy and paste it into Beehive, schedules it to be sent. So that's what I'm currently working on, and that would be the browser-based operator functionality that's now come out. And so yeah, so previously I had a number of VAs over the years, and this stuff is every web tab that you have open is like an instance of having a VA just working for you, just repeating the same task. So and this is going to come out relatively soon on just a $20 a month plan. So that's unbelievably disruptive. And so, yeah, it extends to doing research on the web for you.
Yeah.
And then just like over the weekend, there's the new O3 model that came out by ChatGPT,
Yeah.
the new reasoning model that
Deep
can
research.
conduct like deep really big analysis for you. So, like an example in the video, and I've played with it this morning myself. Like it's super useful just to find like statistics and like come up with its own analysis of like a really complicated topic. And so I was using it this morning. I was just thinking like the UK is on a big decline, right? And so I was just thinking like tell me the state of UK today in terms of like household income, household expenditure, like mortgage repayments, and compare that to like peak interest rates in 1989. And it gave me this this full report and analysis that you couldn't do previously, and like there's no way that you could do it from Google. And it said like the UK, like we're like 20% worse off than we were like at like peak interest rate and like under Margaret Thatcher in the 80s. Anyway, I'm just using it for like just random thoughts that I have, like to prove like what I'm feeling, like prove that the UK is worse than it's ever been, kind of stuff. Anyway, but like the example in the video was I want to buy a new pair of skis or a snowboard for backcountry. Find me the best example. It goes to like the top 10 pages, you know, like ski blogs, all this different stuff. It analyzes it and it comes up with its report. So I mean, there's nothing that these models won't be able to do for us. We don't need to do research anymore, which is great because I work very, very hard because I think I am fundamentally lazy, which is why I bought like the lazy domain on Handshake.
Yeah, I remember.
And the tagline is we work hard to be lazy. I don't want to be working. I want to enjoy life. I want to be skiing and snowboarding. And so I will spend 100, 200 hours trying to figure out a way to automate content creation rather than write the piece of content myself as a human. Right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like, yeah, this for me is like the most exciting space to be in right now. And if you're not using these tools, your competitors will be. And I just don't see how you compete going forward, especially if you have a payroll.
I agree.
So, yeah.
How do I say? So I have a couple of thoughts. One is, do you think is one AI doing everything, or I still see like, and I like I mentioned earlier, and I'm blanking on the name of that one, but you call it like, of course, there's Jasper. A lot of these AIs are giving them names like Jasper AI. You mentioned like kind of the original content creator that I used for AI years ago.
Yes.
And then I could say, hey Jasper, write me this article. Hey Joey, do some sales outreach for me about roofing suppliers in Birmingham, right? And you're like almost talking to them, and then you're almost talking to these different people. I mean, I think there's specialized AI agents, right? That you wouldn't just talk to one. I feel you'd have like a bunch, just like just like humans, you'd have multiple that are specialized. Is that the way you see it?
Yeah. So yeah, you would have like individual software that would perform like off the shelf software that would perform a task for you, like ads management. That's the solutions are on the market for that. That's kind of solved already. Like that's the perfect use of AI making decisions for you, and the same with voice and chatbots that can convert people. Like I have a friend who, like it's always like firstname.ai. So like his solution is Davina.ai. I should have bought up more .ai domains back in the day. I own Dylan.ai, but it's like the Dylan, but Dillon. So it's like the less common version of Dylan.
Yeah, I know people named that. Yeah.
I've not had any bids on it. Anyway, but yeah, it's always, yeah, it's exactly, it's like firstname.ai. And so he has a solution for local businesses where this AI is trained on their website and a lead comes in through an ad or through the website or through Google Business Profile, and the AI immediately phones them and books them into, gets them into like sets up an appointment like automatically. So like that's another amazing example, like niche specific. But like businesses can automate their entire process, their entire workflow by stacking together these different agents and building out a custom workflow for the business. And that's where the real like competitive advantage will be. It's like understanding what all of the what all the different tools are on the market, what the different frameworks are for building these workflows in. And I'm not at all technical, so I'm trying to figure this out at the moment. I have like people that I can refer, like business owners to, who can build the workflows in tools like n8n.com, which I'm not even going to try and attempt to use myself. Like I can barely like get a make.com automation to work, but I understand at a high level like how to tie these things together, and then there are specialists who can build it for you. But yeah, like that's the opportunity. Is like you're a business owner, like what are the tasks that are driving revenue, and then figuring out ways to automate that away to free up your team to do other things in theory, which is the nice way of saying they're no longer really required. And so yeah, it comes down to eliminating payroll expenditure. And as brutal as that sounds, like that's for me, that's the reality. Like that is
Yeah.
that is the direction
Well,
that things are going in.
maybe I'm being nice or not truthful, but I still have a pretty big team of online based workers, and I tell them that I believe you're still going to need like a human specialist kind of overseeing that either role or business or
Yes, that's true. For every function in the business, you would need a human overseeing it. Absolutely, which is why so I have like a fractional CMO service, and how I'm pitching it is like you don't even need. I don't think you need like people on your marketing team anymore. I think you need just one person over like building out the different agents to perform the different roles, and then one person overseeing it. And I don't even think that person needs to be full time. So like the way that I'm pitching like my fractional CMO service is you only need me 1 or 2 days a week to run and oversee your entire marketing function because I
well,
can implement these agents doing all the roles that an existing team would have done, which is like my future forward statement. Like that is for me like absolutely like the direction that things are going in, and we're at the very beginning of this, and it's hard to do still. But yeah, I really think that is the case. I really think that you'll need one part-time person monitoring the marketing function that will just be running itself.
okay. Exciting. Okay, well, I mean, I feel like I could talk about this all day, and I think we should start to wrap up. I don't know. One quote I heard when I started hearing about AI is now the questions are valuable, the answers are a commodity. Like, I think our value is to know what question to ask, but the idea
Yes,
creation, the thought origination of the thought, I think is our value.
yes. I for now absolutely. For now that yeah we we are the architects for now. So yeah, it's our value is in that, and then also like building and doing the business, like creating something from nothing.
Yeah.
But I use ChatGPT every day to brainstorm like business strategy, how to sell the kind of like future that I think is going to happen. How do I position that? How do I create the landing pages? How do I price this? How do I the threads that I could give you? I just like the advice that it gives you, and you can do it through voice now. I didn't know it's crazy. So it knows so much about me, and it gets better every day. So every morning I go on a morning walk slash hike. I live in west of England in the hills near a place called Glastonbury, which is where the big festival is.
Nice.
It's all very pretty. Anyway, so I do that in the morning, and I get the chat kind of voice agent, and I have a conversation. So I'm thinking like I want to take the business forward in this direction. What would you recommend for me? And it's just unbelievable, and it picks up on where you left off, and so it knows who I am, it knows my name, it knows what I'm trying to achieve in business, and it just gives more better and better answers every day. It just every day my mind is blown, and so it will come up with ideas better than I can, if not already. So what do we have left? All that we have left is being human, and real and vulnerable, and wanting to make the world a better place, and bringing products in that do that, and treating people well, and having stories and being genuine,
Man,
and then AI can just do everything else for us. Like it really.
you made me think of dun, 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 dun. What's that?
Every day, like I'm kind of blown away by
Yeah, I
responses
mean, we got the Terminator here, but
yeah, exactly.
I'm also like, honestly, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm more paranoid, but I use Venice.ai. It's a little bit, you've heard of that one?
I'm not
It
sure.
it's actually got a ticker on Alana VVV. It dumped it like
Okay.
it's what AI. It's built on Akash, which is an open is a blockchain hosting, and they're much more like open source and decentralized than OpenAI. It's cheaper. I think it's 150 US a year. You can pay by Bitcoin. I pay but I don't think it's as good as, I tell people like, I don't think it's still as good, but I still feel a little bit more private. It's focused more on privacy. Some people on
Well,
Twitter say, "Oh, it's not really private, blah blah blah, this and this and this," but I still think it's much more private. You can even use Deep Sync. You can choose the model. It's got a pretty good free version. So I've been trying because I'm afraid to give all my data to OpenAI. Like that's
I,
my.
yeah, I know what you mean. How do you get the paid version? So I'm on the homepage. It's just like
I
one
think
one.
I think it somewhere on the bottom left, I believe, or maybe put in your prompt.
Okay, you put it in the pro.
You can
I
scroll
see.
down.
Okay,
I mean, it looks like a Google, but if there's more content further down on that homepage.
I see. It looks like an OpenAI in type of interface.
But it's a free. You can do a lot with it for free. But
I mean, you don't have to be logged into OpenAI to use it, but it just becomes so much more powerful, obviously, and useful if it knows everything that you're planning. But then, yeah, you have, yeah, you don't want
yeah,
to give it your kids details and all this kind of stuff.
and then they dropped the token. So if you put /token after, actually, I don't know. I think you follow Solana tokens. You might even get airdrop. Maybe you even still have some. It's still airdrop claim for 35 more days.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm seeing it. So like it dropped on
Like a week
it dropped
ago,
on
it's
ETH, but
3V it's on Coinbase, but it
it
dumped
dropped on
like
ETH,
crazy. But it basically they're saying you can use the token for these AI generative AI agents to transact on it, so they don't need
yeah,
credit card or like human payments. They can do it because that's one thing about we didn't talk about crypto too much here, but I think you're also working on that. And let's talk a bit about your program. If people are interested in what you're talking about, you have quite an extensive product going through this and community. And I'm in it, and I've been going through it. Do you want to plug that a little bit?
yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, appreciate the promotion. Yeah, it's like I had to create this product for my. It's a manual in Notion. It's a Notion page full of other Notion pages, just so that I could keep track of everything that I was learning, both in agents in business and also in crypto. So yeah, the crypto space is very interesting as well. I've played with most of it, and like my main focus is the Solana ecosystem. And in theory, like these AI agents can spot new tokens for you and can execute trades and take profits on the way up and get you out when it drops. But that's the promise. In reality, I haven't been able to achieve anything near that yet. So there was this all started like on base with the Virtuals protocol.
Yeah, I play
And
with
I
that.
looked at that and I just thought this looks really dumb, and I missed all of that upside. And then AI16Z dropped on Solana with something similar, but I found a lot of the messaging really turned me off, and I kind of missed that rise up to like 2 to 2 billion market cap. But then I quickly realized like what this space was about. I came across a platform called Griffane
Yeah, I've
on
heard of it.
Solana, and then I got early access. I paid two Sol to get access to it. Tried to create my own agent, gave it a prompt, gave it instructions of what to do, and it just doesn't do anything. It just doesn't work. And then I realized like how much of a bubble this whole space is. And like the Griffane token, well, I last checked last night, it dropped down to like 200 mil from 600 million market cap. I was in at 500. Well, I was in a bit earlier, so I caught this late. Like a lot of people did well on Griffane, but they thought it was a meme. Like no one in the crypto space has any idea what is going on. Like I bought Solana back in like the summer of 23, kind of near its bottom, when I first realized how much what a better user experience it is on Solana versus Ethereum in my opinion. And so I bought in there, and that was an obvious buy. And I went to like the Solana conference that year in Amsterdam, saw like the huge developer community they have, and it just felt like the ecosystem to be in. And so that was obvious. Everything else that's happened since is majority luck or insider knowledge than any kind of trading skill or any other aspect. So the whole AI agent space, really blew. And if you caught like an agent that did well, then good for you. But like there's almost zero kind of like retail utility right now. But we're still very early. These AI agents will be trading for us, and they'll be doing it a lot better than we can do as humans with our emotions. And especially with crypto trading with these tokens, you have to be if you're in a position, you have to be staring at the screen every minute that you're in the trade. Otherwise, you can miss out on the big upside, or you can get dumped on and you can lose everything. It's the most stressful, time-consuming thing that you could do, and I hate it for a lot of those reasons.
Yeah.
But I'm still involved. It still pulls me in. But so that the promise with agents is that it will do it for you. It will You'll tell it to get in, you'll go to bed knowing that it will take profit and get you out safely, or it can identify new low market cap coins with different indicators, with volume and sentiment, positive sentiment, and whatever instructions you give it, and it will just do it for you. But that's not the reality right now. But there's a couple of sections in the course. So like I've gone deep into that. There's sections in the course explaining what the current situation is with AI agents in crypto. I know he's building something called Stacker Agent. Is a guy who has his own community on Solana, his own token called Gary. I don't know whether you come across him, Gary Club with the Gary token, which looks a lot more promising. It actually looks like it's able to trade for you, and we'll be kind of releasing soon. But we're still very, very early. It's all been a massive hype bubble, but absolutely, agents will be the ones doing the vast majority of transactions on blockchains very soon, which is a good thing because humans are typically very bad and emotional, and we get in when things are rising, and we get out when they're dropping, and we kind of get crushed. So that's covered in this manual that I have, but the majority of it is how to leverage AI agents in business, which I think is the much bigger opportunity. But because like once everyone can have their own crypto trading agent, I don't know really where the edge is, apart from if you're in insider groups and linked to new projects launching. I don't know how you can have an edge other than just trading momentum, which you can do in a lot of different ways already. But the biggest opportunity for me is leveraging AI agents in business, in your own businesses and ones that you buy, and create these workflows, save a lot of money, increase your margins, because that's the way to survive. And good luck to anyone that is providing kind of marketing services right now, because I can't see a world where that continues for many more years to come.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to keep going, but even SaaS, I mean, everybody's saying even SaaS. I mean, people were saying SaaS was the big thing. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people were. I didn't really ever make SaaS, but people thought SaaS was the safe long-term one, right? Like those multiples are are much higher. But I feel like those are really under threat because I can just get AI agent to do it, a lot of it. Anyway, this has been fascinating, Richard. Well, but I mean, I think everything is under kind of somewhat threat, right? Like but we can't wait either. Some people I've talked to are like, even I'm kind of somewhat tempted to just see what wins and then use that, right? But I think we're all overloaded. I saw a meme where even you said meme trading is stressful, but some people said AI news is following is stressful. I mean, all the tools.
It really is. I mean, I started looking into this because of the newsletter agency that I had. We started out with like a $5,000 a month client doing completely custom newsletter creation and operations. And there was just way too many moving parts, and we were having to hire like subject matter expert writers. And it was, I don't like complexity. I like simplicity. I like scalable models. I like automation. And I started seeing what AI could do to automate that. We got it down from $5,000 a month to $500 a month. And that's going to just, and this is the direction. So like service providers, the amount of money is just going to continually keep becoming less and less. And the cost of all these tools is going to keep going down to $20 a month to open AI and competitors. So that is the direction of SaaS as well. So we have to take action. We have to get ahead of this. But yeah, like I've been looking at this, like the AI space for 18 months, just overall high level, and then like really focused level every day for the last 3 months. And it's been a lot of hours, and it's been pretty painful, like trying to synthesize and understand. But which is why like this product is great. Like I update the product every day. It just helps me understand like the overall framework and where new products fit in. Because absolutely, like trying to keep up with crypto is overwhelming in itself, and I've been 100% all in on that many times. And trying to keep up with AI, you need to be all in as well. But for me, like it's the intersection of business and blockchain and AI that is the future. And so you have to understand, at least at a high level, what the opportunities are. with crypto, at least in terms of payments. So yeah, this is the space that I play. But yeah, it's been a lot of like focus on this at the expense of kind of like short-term income, to be honest. Like yeah, I've really focused on understanding like how to kind of like future-proof myself, because yeah, like everything I've done for like the first 10 years, like I've been in business like 15 years now, like everything I've done for like the first 10 years, I don't think I could sell it today. Like I can't make the same kind of money that I did in the first 10 years doing those things in 2025 with AI. It just doesn't exist anymore. And so that's just going to keep speeding up. And so yeah, like I'm super bullish on e-commerce, more and more. And then local service businesses, and I'm not sure what is left. Like websites are gone, newsletters are now just a marketing channel, the way that I see it for the majority of people. You need a very large audience to have a newsletter business now. SaaS is really under threat, and so yeah, what does that leave? It leaves e-commerce. Like I don't know any other. It leaves like a real business or a real service, like a local service. Everything else or that you could have picked like 10 years ago, I think it's game over. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
hope that was positive.
It's keeping us on edge, but I mean, I think a lot of us are in e-commerce here, so that's reassuring.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, brand, right? Well, even anything, brand, personal brand, like product brand, even service brand, maybe, right? I mean, people are going to still want to trust a service brand, maybe, or maybe you could somehow leverage this AI or plug AI into your service business and be I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to predict, but yeah, brand, right? Trust, community, you said, relationships, exactly. It's the future.
Yeah, exactly. And like so much search traffic has gone to Reddit, like Google massively favoring Reddit in the search results, and now there are AI agents that are posting on subreddits 24/7 for brands, and I've been doing it for a couple of clients that I have, and
Nice.
And also on LinkedIn. Like I'm in a LinkedIn engagement pod. Like I post on LinkedIn every day with 5 other people, and we have to comment on each other's posts. I copy and paste the post. I put it into a custom GPT of my writing and my style and my experience. I say, give me a 1-line reply to this LinkedIn post. I don't read it. I copy and paste on the LinkedIn, and it's done. So like we can't trust like the social networks, like what the comments, the threads. That's all going to become AI generated more and more. So yeah, it's the personal brand more and more, probably over a business brand. So that's really all that's left. Like you have to trust, and the same with content creation. So in terms of like the blockchain, the future really is, like this person created this blog post, this person created this video on YouTube, like validated like on the blockchain, like with a transaction, with a stamp, with a hash. Like this is like verified by this human. Otherwise, with deep fakes, like no one will know what is real. So again, like that's going to be a primary use of blockchain, like validating that this piece of content was by a real human. So yeah, we can only really AI is an unbelievably useful tool for automating and benefiting us in personal life and in business, but and I trust the output. But in terms of where I would spend money as a consumer, or what content I would, it's tricky, isn't it? It is tricky. Twitter X had the blue verified check, but yeah, there needs to be a verification piece that the person is real. The person behind the business is real. The business is real. That's all that we have. That's all that we have left. But then I'm using AI to post on social, and I'm a real person. So like,
I have an AI version of me,
and you have an AI version of you doing the videos.
Yeah.
So it's an insane world. It's insane. It's insane. Like you look back 12 months ago to where we are today, and it's just going to keep speeding up.
Yep. All right, Richard.
There we go.
Thanks, man. No, I'm excited, and thanks for making your program. I'm enjoying it, and I hope some others here can benefit from it. And got some ideas from this discussion. So richardpatey.com is your main place. And then I think it's WHOP, WHOP.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried a new platform. I always like trying new platforms that come out. I was relatively early to school, like SKOOL, the school communities. I had a private one, a paid and a public one, and blew those up. And like engagement was through the roof. And I was ranking the public one for crypto keywords until that got crushed, like an parasite SEO play. And so yeah, like but that's all died away, and so that's all done. WHOP, WHOP.com, and then /PATEY, Patey, my name. That's the platform I'm trying right now. It's pretty good. It's okay. But that's where the product is, and it connects with Discord, and so that there's a Discord community there, and it does that pretty well. Right. But that's where I'm currently at. But yeah, I think we need to own everything. We need to own the entire stack. Yeah, we can't be reliant on third party platforms. I don't even like relying and using Stripe anymore, to be honest. I find Stripe a real pain and I have issues with that. Anyway.
Thanks.
Yes.
This has been fascinating.
Anyway, good stuff. That's where the product is. It's on a platform called WHOP.
Awesome.
We could go on. Good stuff, Modi.
Thanks so much, Richard. Really appreciate you coming on. I got so much out of this.
All right, thanks. Cheers.
The future of e-commerce is waiting. LoadPipe is back. It's a protocol. We are making the new way to do e-commerce with blockchain technology. This is very early stage, and we have Hamza as our first marketplace in this new ecosystem. It's very epic. If you want to participate, we are on an alpha stage in Q1 2024, where you can be a buyer or a vendor, application only. Check it out at hamza.biz for the marketplace or the overview of this protocol, and subscribe for updates at loadpipe.com. See you there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're happy. I hope you're excited. It's like I said a little bit in the end, it's about the question. It's about knowing what you want. The answers are coming easier and faster than ever. I mean, the excuse used to be you didn't have a book, or you didn't have money, or you didn't have internet or a computer. The excuses are going away. Anybody around the world can learn and take action. Most of these tools are free. Of course, there's some paid ones, but it seems like you can mostly do everything without any money. It's amazing. It's pretty cool. I even thought of Global from Asia. It's about business around the world. Location doesn't matter. Opportunity now is not really about education and books and money. It's about thinking critically and being adaptive. So I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you enjoy this podcast in general. Mike here, and I am excited. We got a few more shows lined up, and we keep cranking these out, almost to 500 shows. So thanks so much for being here with me. I'm happy. I love what I do. I hope you love what you do. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
To get more info about running an international business, please visit our website at www.globalfromasia.com. That's www.globalfromasia.com. Also, be sure to subscribe to our iTunes feed. Thanks for tuning in.